Microsoft tells us why buy two devices when you can get one. And that's what the Surface Pro is. The Pro line has evolved from the Pro 1, 2, and eventually now the Pro 3, which is thinner, it's lighter, and is also a bigger device overall. So let's jump in and find out how Microsoft Surface Pro 3 really handles in terms of performance, use case, and also if we just generally like it. The Surface Pro 3 comes in at 9.1 millimeters thin. Yes, it's that thin. And even with that size, you still have a display port, full USB 3.0, and they've updated the charging port. Thank God. It's much easier to slip in and charge your device. So that's also good. You can see the micro SD card slot right there underneath your kickstand flap. And behind, you do have a 5 megapixel camera, which actually does a better job in taking videos and shooting photos. But the thinness of the device really just catches you. On the other side, you have your volume rocker and your headphone jack, and really Microsoft has done a lot to cramp down the size of what the Surface Pro 3 really looks and feels like. Now, looking around the edges, you can see that just a magnesium machine build altogether. You can see the vents around it. Talk about how cool this device really runs. Now the kickstand is one aspect of the Surface devices I really like. Now the Surface Pro 2 had a dual hinge kickstand. This device has a multi-range kickstand that goes up to 150 degrees, and you can push down on it. You can see how well that actually just drops down, and you can actually use your device in any position you want. And if you want someone who likes to sketch and use your pen a lot, that works out well. Or if you just want it in different positions, and that's nice. I think they've just done a lot of things to really improve what aspects of this device really work, especially with the new type cover, which has a beautiful touchpad that actually works. It's not that shitty thing we have with the type cover 2. The type cover 3, it feels ceramic, feels solid, not that cloth pad that you had. The keyboard is also larger to fit the Surface Pro 3, and also the keys work very, very well. Again, easily attaches to your device, and then you can hook it up, and you can see that it has that magnetic lock onto your device. So basically, as you're typing, it gives you a very sturdy feel to it altogether. The double lock feature onto the screen with the keyboard just allows for much sturdier typing. If you're sitting down, or in my case lying on the couch, it's easier to type, access your documents, use the keyboard more effectively. It doesn't feel wobbly or anything like that. So that's nice to know that I can actually easily do that with my Surface as I'm typing there. And also, it's got a 3:2 aspect ratio, which means actually for a tablet this size, it's much easier to hold and read. So as I'm checking out Naruto here and checking out my manga for the week, it's easier to look at. The screen size is gorgeous. Things are really vibrant, and also it's just easy to display your content on your screen and hold it without actually stressing. Now the pen really does a new unique feature. By clicking on it, it pops up Onenote, and you can definitely go in there and actually write or draw, and it's quite easy, and it actually works very well. I found myself using this pen more and more often just because of its ease of use and also the accuracy it actually brings. I'm not an artist, so I'm going to try and actually do some drawing or more or less doodling anyway. I'm trying to draw a car there, and it really doesn't work out that well, but you get the idea in the sense that they've actually done a good job, especially the fact that Microsoft has reduced the parallax levels with the Pro 3, so that you get that point precision while you're writing, while you're drawing. It feels like you're actually writing on the same spot on the screen that you choose, which is nice and a very solid feature. Now the new digitizer pen feels like a pen and is battery operated. It's got two buttons there. Bottom is erase, the top is actually a select button, and that on the very top here, purple button is called my OneNote button, because when you double tap it unlocks and basically opens the powers of OneNote. And with the pen, like I mentioned, the bottom one, the very first button is to erase, so I can erase that top area, and then if I press the second button, I can now select, and I'm just going to go ahead and select my image that I drew earlier, and basically it frames it for you, so you can actually do that, and I can move it around on screen, and basically I frame most of the image except the bottom lines there. So they've done a very good job with the a new digitizer pen. I like it. It feels very solid and it feels like something I'll use more and more. Now, looking at the display, it is gorgeous. It's a 2160 by 1440p display with a 3:2 aspect ratio, and you can see me in the front-facing camera here. That also actually is pretty good. I'm talking there to myself while I'm recording this, but you can hear me in the voiceover, and the display really is gorgeous. The aspect ratio works, and yeah, what am I doing? And Microsoft really does a very good job in actually portraying something that people will like and enjoy to use. So I do like that aspect of the display itself. Now, listening to audio with the front-firing speakers is fantastic. Thank you, HTC, for bringing that up because it's well needed.
Pilots, we're tracking slightly behind the enemy right now, but it's still early. You've got
Please, everyone should have front-firing speakers for their devices. Now, the battery life is something you're probably concerned about, and Microsoft states about 9 hours, and they're pretty much correct. I got about 9 hours of battery life. While video editing and doing more heavier tasks, it chopped down to about 7 hours, which is still very respectable, and I think, you know, they've done a very good job with this device. Overall, the Surface Pro 3 brings a lot to the table. There's a lot I like about the device. The new form factor in terms of size with 12 inches at 3:2 aspect ratio. The display is wonderful, the keyboard is improved, and yes, it does start at $799 for a Core i3 and goes all the way up to $1,900, but definitely this device is worth purchasing if you're thinking of just going with one device other than, say, a tablet and a laptop. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. This is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.